Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side.
Day we hustle, but the night we
Know that they ride or die. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side.
day we hustle, but the night we
Boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. My name came up a lot, it sounds more when I was not around. Certain people that I know, they ain't no longer about. My name came up a lot, it sounds more when I was not around. Certain people that I know, they ain't no longer about. My name came up a lot, it sounds more when I was not around. Certain people that I know, they ain't no longer about. My name came up a lot, it sounds more when I was not around. Certain people that I know, they ain't no longer about. I'm a OG boy. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. OG boy.
day we hustle, but the night we
OG boy. Know that they ride or die. I'm a OG boy. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side.
day we hustle, but
Know that they ride or die. Cold, these brothers my guys. Know that they fly. Know that they fly. Know that they ride or die. Cold, these brothers my guys. Know that they fly. Know that they fly. Know that they ride or die. CJ Ike, they ain't no longer about. They ain't no longer about. They ain't no longer about. CJ Ike, they ain't no longer about.
day we hustle, but the night we
Boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side.
day we hustle, but the night we
Boys by my side. Know that they ride or die.
Good Sunday morning here on this anniversary of the September 11th attacks. And we are back here in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 on the Xbox Series S. And thank you for joining me here on this good looking morning out here at Woodland Airport. Woodland probably is how they pronounce it. Woodland Airport out here in, well, actually it's in Washington State. It's just over the border from Washington State, or just over the border from Portland, Oregon, in Washington State. And we are back here in November 44907 Bravo, which was the plane that I flew in the Sheer Rockwall John Jughead Council live stream, where it took me 4 approaches to actually get down on the ground. So one of the neat things about flight sims is, well, it's gaming. And if you go to my Twitter account, I've got a saying that I took a picture of from the Strong Museum of Play in Rochester, New York, which was, it basically says that, play is the brain's best way of learning. And so I didn't want to actually just leave it that it took me 4 approaches to get down on the ground here at Lost River during that live stream. So I wanted to come back and I wanted to practice. I wanted to learn and figure it out. So what we've got here is we've got the, excuse me, we're back here in the Cessna 170. There we are. But now we've got a young flight instructor here with us. And so we're going to go up here and for a nice short stream here to practice landings at Whiskey 27, Whiskey 27. That is this little airstrip here. Like I said, just north of Portland, Oregon. I thought that was, it's a payware airport, so that's why I wanted to show it. Over here on approach into this runway here, which I'm not really even sure what runways there are. 32 maybe, I think, something like that. But you go right over a water treatment plant, or as I like to call it, a shit plant. And so since my landings were shit, I thought that was just a nice theme to the whole flight here. So try to not make my landing shit. So, yep, let's go ahead and just get right into the cockpit here. Let's go ahead and close up the doors. We'll go ahead and close up that window, but leave ours open here. Let's go ahead and get rid of the yokes just for visibility down here. Let's go ahead and confirm that the parking brake, yep, parking brake is set. Mixture can go to full lean. We are down here at sea level, basically, so. And let's go ahead and pull the master on. Let's go ahead and put the radio on. Nav lights, come on. Beacon comes on. Yep, still got the, especially with morning coffee. Seems to activate the flame and all that gets caught up in there. So, all right, let's go and get the electrics on. Let's go with primer. Oh. 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 Okay, there we go. Nice and prime. Let's crack the throttle. And let's come over here like this. And can I get a ClearProp? There we go. And looking good. Come over here. Check the oil pressure. Oil pressure is there. There we go. Looking good. Looking good. Looking good. Looking good. Looking good. Let's go ahead and come over here with our GPS. We'll go ahead and turn the map on. Right here, maybe. There we go. Map on. Let's go ahead and zoom in. So there you go. We can about right there. Really don't need the map. This airport is pretty small. We're going to taxi over here in the grass. Take a look at the wind. Looks like we've got a little bit of a crosswind, so we'll go ahead and just take off. There's an obstacle down there, so yeah, I think we'll go ahead and take off to the right here, but we'll let everything warm up. Let's go ahead and close the window. Makes it a little bit nicer view, or nicer sound. So yeah, we will let everything just kind of warm up here, then we'll pull up over there and do a little run up, check everything, and then we are just gonna have some fun, really kind of playing around and practicing landings here. So it's gonna be pretty easy. Pattern altitude 1,000 feet. We've got a lot of the little town of Woodlands right here, and it's got a lot of buildings and stuff that we could use as landmarks so we could practice different approaches. So yeah, I think it's gonna be good for me here to just kind of practice, because I didn't have much, I don't know what you want to call it, if I didn't have much depth perception or something with those big mountains and just a dirt strip there at Lost River on that flight. It was like tough to get down. It was very strange, the depth perception and stuff, and so I kind of wanted to come out here and practice. Here, Vref for this airplane is going to be probably around 60 knots, 65 knots is what we want to do. So Excuse me. So, all right, well, let's go ahead and taxi out here. We'll taxi right over there. So brake comes off. There we go. Parking brake is on. All right, so again, I'm using my Missionary Bush Pilot checklist box, which I have put the placard on for piston singles and piston really kind of twins. So you'll hear the clicking as we go through here. So I'm going to go ahead and reset the box for takeoff. So let's go ahead and check fuel caps and selectors and all that. So let's go ahead and fuel's on both. Fuel is over our shoulder, so we've got 3/4 of a tank there, 3/4 of a tank there. It's a nice 60 degrees according to that. Out here, beautiful Oregon, Washington. We're just literally over the river from into Washington here. So, all right, so there's that done. All right, brakes are set. Controls, let's go ahead and flippers do left and right. Flippers do up and down. Flippers do right and left. And all the way around, they looking good. So I think because it's a short field, we'll probably do some flaps. So let's go ahead, trim and flaps. So down there, so I'm going to go ahead and trim up just a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and pull the lever for 1 notch of flaps. So there we go, 1 notch of flaps. It's a pretty long, I think it's like 2,000 feet. So we got plenty of runway here, but let's go ahead and just practice short field. So, all right. And we've got magnetos and systems, so we are ready for now going ahead and do our run up here. So parking brake is set. Let's go ahead and bring it up to about 1700 RPMs. And we'll go ahead and go 1800. Looking good. Engine instruments look good. And right magneto, 100 RPM drop. I like it. Go back to both. Back to 1800. Left magneto check. 1700, 100 drop. Back to both. Carb heat. See the temperature rise on the carb heat, and we got about a 50. If we didn't see a drop in the carb heat, that would probably mean we had icing. So, all right, so carb heat, everything else is looking good in the neighborhood. I'm not gonna lean. We're gonna go full rich for takeoff here. And so I'll go ahead and on the box, go and check that off. Carb heat, radios. We can go ahead and dial in using the sim and go ahead and tune to 122.9. I'm not going to use the in. We're going to do it ourselves, but we dialed that in now, so that looks good. And transponder is 1200 on the squawker. Let's go ahead and there we go. Seat belts are all looking good. And let's go ahead and go lights. So we're gonna probably just keep the landing lights on the whole time. Landing lights are on. And now we'll just need to talk to traffic. All right, so go ahead and come back to idle, check idle here. Okay. Just it's the Cessna 170, you know, Carenado, you did a fantastic job with this. The sound is great. The retro stuff is great. You've got the little GPS that you can turn on and off. You can put it there or not. So it's just a great airplane. I'm really enjoying it. Let's go ahead and get some views set up. We're gonna be in right traffic. This is actually on the VFR chart, so we're gonna be in right traffic. So I'm gonna go ahead and set that view up right there. And we're gonna set up, let's see what we've got here. Do we want, I like that view. I like the pilot side view. That's that's a belly view. That's a tip. Oh, we'll go ahead and save that one there too. So, because I've got also programmed in. So now we can. There we go. So I've got right here, so that way I can just reach down and change the views on the keyboard. So everything is looking good in the neighborhood. And I think we're ready to go. So we got this little bit of a right crosswind, but the winds are pretty calm. So I'm going to taxi up here. Looks like I'm going to taxi up to the numbers. So let's go ahead and Woodland traffic. Cessna 907 Bravo is taking the runway Woodland. Parking brake comes off. And here we whoop, dong. 3214. Well, it's definitely 1-4. Compass. I gotta look. I wonder if they actually like painted the wrong. I mean, if this is like true, right? Meaning like they painted the wrong numbers at the real airport, and then they just try to, you know. Very interesting. But it is in the morning. Sun rises in the east, so we are definitely looking south. So the compass over here is correct. So, all right, everything, I like what we see. Everything is looking good. We are just going to be doing right traffic here, practicing landings here for about an hour. Maybe we'll go do just some flying around too, but we are ready to go. One notch of flaps. We're not really doing a short field. We just got a little bit of an obstacle there to climb over. You can see it straight ahead. So yeah, let's go ahead and for this first takeoff, let's just go ahead and hold the brakes, bring up some power, take a look. Everything is looking good. RPM's coming up, and release the brakes, and here we go. Airspeed's alive, everything's in the green. Tail's coming up. 65 knots. Ooh, where you going? Where you going, Uncle Mike? And 80 knots, flaps coming up. Go ahead, pitch for 80. So we're gonna do a nice big wide traffic pattern here. We're not gonna we'll get aggressive later on. All right, I'm gonna come off the power just a little bit. Clear the obstacle. So here we are. That's what you see there. So you can see we've got really good landmarks here with the road. So we got the river over here. So that's looking toward Oregon right there. All right, let's start our turn to the downwind here. Coming up on pattern altitude. I'm gonna come back on the power. I'm gonna go ahead and pull carb heat. So, Woodland traffic. Cessna 907 Bravo is right downwind, runway 14, Woodland. Whoa, 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 whoa. Might be a little too slow there. Uncle Mike. All right, again, practice. Practice, Daniel-san. All right, so here's what we're gonna practice first. All right, being the numbers there. First notch of flaps. Come back on the power. Let the plane just kind of pitch over, start a nice easy descent. Like I said, we're gonna do this one real nice and slow. First one of the day. We can use a landmark out here so we can, you know, practice. So 200 feet per minute descent right now. A little over 70 knots. Again, we can just practice. We can try things. That's the whole point. You get to try things. That's why I like sims. I like learning. I like practicing. All right, so I see this building over here that kind of looks like a dojo over there. We're in this just slight descent. Trim. All right, so we're beam that dojo looking building right here at the spa. We're gonna use that. So all right, so let's go ahead now. I'm gonna drop in second notch of flaps. We got 4 notches of flaps here in the Cessna 170. So just nice easy turn here, 20 degrees or so. See how we're looking. Airport's out over there, looking good. Come back on the power just a little bit more. We haven't really descended much, have we? See, for some reason, this airplane. All right, third notch of flaps. Turn and file, Woodland traffic. Ta-da! 97 Bravo's turning. 1 mile final. Runway 14, Woodland. I'm gonna come back off the power here. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good. We're about what 600 feet per minute there at about 70 knots. Yeah, we're gonna need the power. We're sinking too fast here. We're below glide slope here. 3 notches of flaps. We got the shit plant, we got the trees, we got these buildings, so I'm not going to put in full flaps till we know we have airport made. 65 knots, so I like that. Get that little bit of a, seems like a crosswind at this end of the runway. So Woodland traffic, Cessna 907 Bravo is short final, runway 14, Woodland. Alright, airport's made. Full flaps. Airport's made. Flight idle. We actually might do a full stop, so touch and go here. Okay. Okay. Whoop, 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 whoop. Get that tail down. Get that tail down. Get that tail down. Flaps coming up. No. It's a problem with the controller. You really gotta tap. You really gotta tap the brakes. Then when you get slow. All right, Woodland traffic. This is 907 Bravo's going back taxi runway 14. All right, so I'd say that was highly successful. Really set ourselves up really nice. Much longer approach there. We'll just back taxi here and do another one. But yeah, it's, you know, it's, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what happened when we were doing that approach in that Lost River dirt strip there in Eastern Washington on that last live stream. But all right, pull the car up, put that back in. Taxi back down here, turn around. I don't see any traffic or anything, so we are good there. I can definitely see how there would be some, maybe a little bit of swirling wind. You got topography over here to the east, then you got, you know, the road, and you're down low. I did look at Google Earth at this airport. It's pretty interesting. So all right, let's go ahead and do another circuit here. Go ahead and spin this tail around. That was interesting. Very interesting. All right, well, let's go ahead. Let's go and do another circuit here. So and let's go no flaps this time. Woodland traffic, Cessna 907 Bravo. Taking off runway 14 right pattern. Oh, Woodland, here we go. Airspeed's alive. There we go. Go ahead, climb out at 80. Clear that obstacle right there. It's a good looking airplane. It's a good looking airplane. It's a good looking airplane. Alright, obstacle clear. Come back on the power just a little bit. And let's go ahead and do an aggressive here with this pattern. What I mean by that is a 20-degree bank, climbing up to pattern altitude. We're just going to go ahead and do a right 180 here. Keep it in a little bit closer. Still climbing up to 1,000 feet, pattern altitude. Again, no flaps this time. We did no flap takeoff here. Keep it climbing, keep it climbing. There's the runway right down there. You can tell we're much closer because, you know, usually they said like 3/4 of the way, half, 3/4 of the way up the spar at 1,000 feet there for planes like the Cessna. So we're tight in here. We're tight in, baby. All right, so we're gonna do it here now. Beam the numbers. We're gonna basically go. We're gonna do it. We're gonna try this here. Okay, we're gonna beam the numbers. I'm gonna come to idle. Carb heat's coming out. I just went ahead and I just popped full flaps. We're gonna pitch for 70. Pitching for 70. All right, we're gonna start a 180 turn back to the airport. Again, maintaining 70. We can get that way. We can get an idea of what we need to be doing if we're gonna do basically like a dead stick landing, right, with full flaps. So maintaining that 70. Our Vref here for this exercise is 70. Runway in sight, looking good. I like it. I like it. 70. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. I think Vref might need to be 70. There's the shit plant, but things are working out pretty nice here. Over the fence, literally over the fence. All right, a little hard, a little there. I need a little bit of power. That was pretty good. That was. I want to come hard on the brakes here. All right, flaps up. See, it's a good exercise. We can just practice here. So I really want to be good at flying this airplane. I like the airplane. It just, that live stream and those approaches that I did, it looked like I sucked. So, all right. I actually might have turned multiplayer off. So if anybody's out there is trying to join on me and fly with me, I apologize. I actually think I turned everything off because I did the official Microsoft community fly-in and I was trying to fly the new Cessna 414, which is amazing. It's my favorite airplane now on the flight sim. But the avionics would just crap out because of losing all of the, you know, RAM and all this, which they know of. They talked about it because I asked the question in chat. And so they do know about the issue. But so when I was then learning and flying the Cessna 414 on my own, I turned off everything, and I'm thinking now I didn't turn it all back on. So I think I've got like no group only and all this kind of stuff on, no AI players and all of this. So all right, let's go ahead and turn around here. And so I'm just gonna focus on my maneuvers. So I like that because I like to be tight in. You know, I like the big, you know, crosswind, downwind, base, final, all that kind of stuff. But I like being close. All right, I like kind of flying this like, you know, like the fighter pilot, because F-16 that's in the sim here is one of my favorite airplanes. So, all right, put that carb heat back in. I don't think we got any carb icing going on here. So, Woodland traffic. Cessna 907 Bravo is taking off runway 14, a right pattern, Woodland, and start doing some touch and goes here. We're not going to back taxi anymore. So, all right, power's coming in. Let's get a little bit more aggressive here on the takeoff. Airspeed is alive. Stick forward. Nose is coming up. And let that, there we go. Let's stay in ground effect. Let's get a little bit aggressive. Yes, we've got this. This is a little risky here. Now let's kind of do a zoom here a little bit. Over that obstacle. Pitch for 80. I'm getting more comfortable. And again, flying on the controller here. There we go. Over the obstacle. Come back off the power just a little bit. We don't need it all red line there. Pitching for 80. We're going to just go ahead and do it again. Just a nice shallow bank 180 turn here onto the downwind. Keeping it close. Keeping it close. Working for the man is online. One of my longest known, not the longest known, but one of my longest known Xbox friends. And traffic pattern altitude. All right, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to turn this one into a touch and go. All right, coming up on the numbers. Idle. Full flaps. Carb heat's coming out. Go ahead now. We want to pitch for 70. Trim, trim, trim. Look at that. Look at that pitch attitude for 70 knots. That's gonna be that's our Vref now, 70. Over the town of Woodland. All right, I'm gonna kind of square it off here a little bit. All right, so this one was a little. I still like it though. I still like it. 70 knots. 70 knots. I'm still liking it. Still liking it. Okay. Flaps up. Power. Carb heat. Tails up. Rotate. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and pitch for 70. Got this obstacle here. That was good. Okay. All right, so yeah, we're gonna press 70. Vref is definitely 70 in this. All right, let's go ahead and definitely 70. Got my USA bandana on, September 11th. Alright, coming up on pattern altitude. We're in the downwind. Again, same thing. We're gonna come beam the numbers. Flight idle, full flaps. We're gonna take it in all the way. Not dead stick. Clearly we're not dead stick. Ooh, we're close in this time. Ooh, boy. It's even hard to see the numbers here. And we're high, that's why we're about 150 feet high. All right, idle. White arc. Full flaps. Full flaps, check. Carb heat, check. Again, Vref, 70 knots. See, one of the reasons why I'm doing approaches like this, not only is it a little bit more aggressive, but also because if I'm putting full flaps in this far out, I need to be able to make the airport, right? So this is kind of like a low key, high key, low key kind of thing, or a single key that I'm basically saying I can get to the airport. So. All right, airport. There we go. Oh, this is looking pretty good here. A little fast. 70s are Vref. There's the poo-poo plant. Or final. 70 knots Vref. Nice. Flaps coming up. Power. Carb heat. I'll reach over there because I've got Carbide as a button on the controller or on the keyboard. All right, keep it down low. We're gonna clear this obstacle with a zoom. Tree's an obstacle. There we go. Have a great time. All right, so since we've done some of these, let's climb out here. We're gonna leave the pattern. We'll head to the west here, just so you can kind of see the lay of the land. Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna climb up here. I'm gonna go ahead and come back off full throttle, just a few little come off that red line there. We're gonna climb out over the river here. It's Columbia River. I think it's Columbia River. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come out here. I'm going to go ahead and trim for this climb at about 75 knots. Get to some altitude. We're going to come out here and we're going to do some stalls. Because I want to actually see what is indicated in a stall, what this plane really is. We got 2 people in here. So just kind of get an idea. I really don't know what the performance, you know, because we might need to do maybe 75 knots as Vref. I mean, at first I did 60, no, and then 65. Now it looks like 70 is a good Vref. So, but we're gonna climb out over here over the river. So there you go. You see this whole, what is that, an oxbow lake that they then filled in. So it's a, you know, it was an oxbow and then they made the road, and so now they got this horseshoe lake. It's pretty cool, but it's an oxbow lake. I'm pretty sure that's what that is, an oxbow lake. I think that's the term. All right, coming up here on 2,000 feet. Keep the landing lights on just for anti-smash. I mean, look at the Carenado, man. You did a fantastic job in the Cessna 170. I just really enjoy your products. Of course, the new Cessna 414 by, what is that, Fly Simware. That's real nice. Okay. Let's go ahead and just do some clearing turns here so we continue to climb out. It's looking good to the south. Looking good to the north. All right, 2,500. All right, let's go ahead and go ahead practice what we would be doing. So we'd be like, power coming off, full flaps, carbide's coming on. Let's go ahead and just pitch for 70 here real quick. Just want to go ahead and do this. So here we are. All right, 70. Now we're coming in. Okay, we're coming into the flare. We're coming into the flare. Coming in the flare. We're gonna hold it off. Hold it off. Hold it off. Hold it off. Coming to the flare. Coming to the flare. Coming to the flare. Coming to the flare. All right, there's a brake. So it looks like, oh, whoa, whoa, wow, this thing, when it goes, it goes. And carbide's coming back in. All right, let's go ahead and do that again. It looks like it'll be about 45 knots. Happens pretty quick though, because those barn door flaps that we've got here. So let's go ahead and climb back up to 2,500. We're gonna set up at 2,500, full flaps, carb heat, idle power, 70 knots Vref. Coming in the flare at 2,000. And then we're gonna watch that indicated airspeed that we've got here. So coming up on 2,500. Alright, start to level off here. Alright, so idle power, full flaps, carb heat coming in. Alright, pitch for 70. You'll be all right there. I mean, these barn door flaps, look at these barn door flaps. Alright, so there's 70. We're on short final. 200 to go. We're gonna, like I said, 2,000 is our hard deck. All right, so we're coming to the flare. We're about 50 feet. Coming in the flare. Coming to the flare. Hold it. Hold it. 50. Yeah, so it's 40. It looks to be about 45, 50. I mean 45, 40. Carb heat's coming in, laps in, everything's looking good. Okay. But it bleeds off real fast because of those barn door flaps. Good to know. Good to know. So we can get pretty slow, we can add power. So we'll head back over here to Woodland. There we go. We'll just set up for a straight in, runway 14. Go ahead and just start a descent here. We'll do a straight in, but this ain't what we're gonna do. Is maybe we won't do full flaps. We'll wait for full flaps right toward the end, so we might do 2 notches or 3 notches. And really come in stole. So really come in, work those rudders, really come in nice and slow. A little more dangerous, but really come in, like I said, come in slow. So, all right, coming off the power here. You get down, we're high. All right, let's go ahead and come idle. White arc, first notch of flaps. We're gonna go 2 notches of flaps. Runway is in sight out there. There we go. Thing is looking good. All right. So we're gonna go 3 notches of flaps. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit of S turns here. Trim, trim, trim. Excuse me. We've all still got this hacking cough. Just like I said, the heat, mornings, kind of breaking up what, you know, the phlegm. All right, just some nice easy S turns here, because again, I want to get low and slow for try to do like a stole landing here. Really hold it there like 50 knots. Dangerous, I know, but I just wanna see what this. But we won't. We won't do full flaps until we definitely have airport made, and we're about to like touch down. 500 feet. All right, we're gonna start slowing up here pretty soon. All right, now we're gonna pitch. Power's coming in. at 60 knots. Nose. Oh. Okay, I don't like it. Full power. Flaps coming up. Going around. So I don't. It's pretty hard on the controller having a plane like this, so I really like flaps up, carpet in. I much prefer the power off approach, the close in, short approach, power off. Kind of the key approach, right? The key approach. Let's go ahead and do another. Let's go ahead and do another, what I call a key approach. So, and I think it's what it's high key, low key. Again, what it's really designed for, I think, is that you can make the, you're always within landing of the runway if you need to, right? So, all right, 500 feet. Let's go ahead and start that low, slow stall. That's that, long approach stall. There's just, I don't know, there's just too many in real life, too many videos and stuff of people doing all that, and then they just get slow. And latest was at a little Cessna 150 or something at a stall competition. They got just got slow behind another airplane, and then boop, he just went right into the stall spin, boom, died. It's like, oh, it's horrible. Because you really got to use those rudders. You use those ailerons and all that. You just stall the wing. So, all right. So another one. Let's go ahead and try for pattern altitude, 1,000 feet. All right. So now see, we're like zooming downwind here. Literally zooming downwind at 115 knots. Coming up on a beam to tower, idle, carb heat, and white arc, full flaps coming in. You'll get the balloon there for just a minute, then we're going to pitch for 70. And all right, 70 knots. Trim. Like we just lost our GPS. Wonder if I can land it with that view. Yeah, huh? Let's try that, huh? Once we get set up here. There we go. Alright, looks like I'm a little slow. I'm gonna add a little bit of power. Alright, here we go. We're gonna go into this view. See if I can land on this view here. Over the fence. Flight idle, airport's made. Alright, flaps coming up. Oh, that was... Alright, I feel much better here being with this flight instructor. Coming here and practicing. Alright, carb heat's coming in. There we go. Let's go ahead and spin this sucker around. 97 Bravo. Alright, so just like I said, nice short live stream here this morning, practicing landings in the Cessna 170 by Carenado, and it is excellent flight model, so much fun airplane, but I just had a real problem, landing this plane, and I'm not really sure why, but coming out here and really now understanding the flight characteristics. I think I had my Vref all messed up. I think I was trying to do it way too slow. I think that was the issue. So I think Vref with this one now is 70. So we're going to taxi it back here, then I will be done here with our short little live stream here at Woodland Airport in Washington State. Carenado, this airplane itself is payware. The little airport here is payware too. It's like right now it's on special for like $2. And so that's why I was like, I think this is great. It's paved, it's short, it's interesting. It was a good place to practice. So, all right, let's go ahead and turn the landing lights off. Yeah, we lost our GPS. That seems to be happening here more and more. That just avionics conk out, and I guess from what I understand from Microsoft official flight sim crews, it's all about the RAM just kicks out and it just won't load it anymore. So, but I am going to go ahead and come down here because in real life I also got to go to the porta potty. We go. All right, parking brake is coming on. All right, let's go ahead and turn the radio off, even though it went off automatically. Nav lights, beacons coming off. Everything is looking good. So let's go ahead and pull the mixture. There we go. So that is off there. Let's go ahead and turn the key off. There we go. Key is off. Yeah. But one of the things I could show you here is on the tablet. This is what you get. So we can put on all of these static elements. Show you all these. You can actually have fairings on. You can actually turn the pilots on and off. You can open up the doors here. You can turn off the GPS, so if you don't want that. And then they've got checklists built into here. So, but yep, put that away. And now if we go outside the airplane, actually here, let's go drone mode. There we go. And so here is all of the static. See, I put the wheel fairings on if you like that. Jugheads did not have it, so I did not put them on there. But you can see you've got all of the covers. You've got the external power. You've got the doors opened here. So it's just a really, really nice model airplane. I am just, it's one of my top 5. It just flies good. It's fun. Retro. How can you go wrong? So, and then Woodland itself, like I said, you got the poo-poo plant, the shit plant. Looks like you got some RAM issues. Like I said, that's the vehicle's not loading in. And again, this is, I think it has to do with, I don't know if it's the Xbox Series S RAM or if it's like the game RAM. So, but here is the airport. So Woodland State Airport, Whiskey 27. But right alongside the highway there, just a fun. And if you really wanted to go practice, then you could. If you really wanted to go practice, you head out here to the east over these mountains, and you got a bunch of little grass strips that you can practice with. So, but yeah, that was a fun little flight. Again, just doing a little flight here this morning. Really wanted to practice landing because it was just horrific. My approaches in the last time I flew November 44 on 907 Bravo here up to Lost River. And it took me 4 approaches to get the thing on the ground. It's like, I couldn't get, again, I had like, it wasn't spatial disorientation, but I just could not get how far out. And it was just, and I figured it out. I was actually the Vref now. I figured it out from this flight. My Vref was way too slow. I was doing Vref of 60 knots, and the Vref that I should have been doing like a Vref of 70, and it was just that was perfect. But look at, it's just amazing flight model, amazing physical model here. Just looking at this right here. I'm gonna take a picture here. I think that's worthy of a picture. Let's just go ahead and something like that, huh? I think that's pretty nice. I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna take a screenshot. I think that's just looking good. But yeah, so again, short live stream here this morning. It's September 11th, the anniversary of September 11th. I'm gonna go get some more coffee, watch some YouTube myself and all that kind of stuff. But I just wanted to practice here in the Cessna 170 because I was not happy with myself the last time I flew the Cessna 170 here. And so I wanted to come out here with an instructor, practice, fly around. Definitely got Vref set for this airplane at 70 knots, power off, full flaps, key approach. It just beautiful. It just handled amazing. So, all right, a few little housekeeping stuff going on here. If you look down in the description below, you'll see that I am doing a strategy. I would like to reach 500 subscribers, so please subscribe if you haven't. Also, with subscribing, doesn't even any commitment, subscribe. Click that like button if you do. But I am part of my strategy of reaching 500 subscribers is at the live stream. After reaching 500 subscribers, I will be doing an in live stream giveaway for a $50 U.S. Xbox game code. You can read more about the contest, the official rules down in the description below. So, but yeah, with that, again, subscribe if you haven't. Click that like button if you do. Come join me in chat on a future live stream and game on, because I'm your favorite gamer's favorite uncle. I am Uncle Mike. Have a wonderful Sunday, everybody. Bye. All right. I feel like I figured out this Cessna 170. Whew. Don't like the stole approaches. Too much going on with the controller, but definitely like the key approach, power off, full flaps. I made it.